Hi, boys and girls. For reading this week, we are going to review all the different ways, the different strategies we've used to figure out the meaning of unknown words. We know that we can look around the word, we can look before and after the word. Sometimes the author defines what that word means. We can look at word parts, look for prefixes and suffixes. We could look in the pictures that are in the story. We could look in the glossary of the story for a definition, or we can ask an expert or ask an adult if we just can't figure it out on our own. So today I have a story we're going to look at called The Story of the Statue. I chose this story because there are some unknown words in it. And then I also chose the story because this week we're spending some time reading patriotic books. So the Statue of Liberty is what we're going to learn about today, another symbol of America. There's a table of contents. The introduction's on page 4. A Gift from France is on page 5. And we're going to be reading those pages today together. Building the Statue 7, Big and Green, page 10. What the statue means on page 12, and Visiting the Statue, page 14. And then you'll see at the end of the book is the glossary if we come to some unfamiliar words. So here's our photograph with the caption, The Statue of Liberty as Seen Today. Introduction. The Statue of Liberty is the tallest statue in the United States. It can be seen from far away. Where did such a big statue come from? So in looking at these bold words, a statue, I think you've probably heard of statues before. You might have that in your background knowledge, your background information. That helps you become familiar with new words if you've seen statues before. But liberty may be a newer word to you. I don't see a prefix or suffix in these words. It's hard to tell by looking around the words what it means. I can look at the picture and I get an idea, but let's confirm what Statue of Liberty means by going to the glossary. Okay, so statue is a noun. It's a three-dimensional work of art, usually in the shape of a person or other animal. And it's found on page 4. We know three-dimensional is a math term we use to describe shapes. Shapes that are three-dimensional are not flat. Okay, so the statue, and then liberty is a noun, the right to believe and act independently of other people. That's page 4 again. So to believe and act independently of other people. It's your freedom to think and act differently. Let's go back to page 4 where we left off. Okay. And on page 5, Edouard de Laboulaye, the Frenchman who came up with the idea of the Statue of Liberty. And the heading on this page is A Gift from France. In 1865, a man in France wanted to help America celebrate its 100th birthday. He said France should give America a gift. The gift was the Statue of Liberty. Now, when I read this caption under the picture, I had some trouble with pronouncing his name. So I could ask an expert. I could go to another teacher. I could go to a friend. I could Google how to pronounce his name. Those are ways to figure out how to say an unknown word. Liberty Island near New York City. First, the United States and France found a place to put the statue. They decided to put it on an island near New York. Now, I've heard of an island before. I can look at the word and I see the word land within the word. That might be a clue. The picture, it doesn't really show me an island. I have an idea it might have to do with this land here, but I can go to the glossary to find out what island means. And here it is. It's a noun. It's an area of land surrounded by water. So the glossary helps me to find island. A piece of the statue in the workshop in Paris, France in 1883. Building the statue. The United States built the base for the statue. France built the statue itself. It had to look good and last a long time. The inside was made of iron. The outside was made of copper. Now, if I was unfamiliar with what iron or copper was, I might say, those aren't bold words. Let's see if they're in the glossary. Iron and copper, they're not in the glossary. Are there prefixes or suffixes? No. Does the picture help me understand iron or copper? Not really. I may need to ask an expert or ask a teacher, what does iron and copper mean? And I can tell you, you would find out that iron and copper are types of metal. So one way, if you come to something you don't know, you've used all of your strategies trying to figure it out, you still can't figure out what the meaning is, ask an adult, ask a teacher, ask an expert. Maybe they can help you. The finished statue in Paris in France in 1884. The statue was put together, but it was too big to move in one piece, so it was taken apart again. The pieces were sent to America on a big ship. That'd be so cool to see. And the caption says, a painting of the celebration in 1886. The statue was finally done in 1886. The President of the United States spoke at a big celebration. And the caption says, workers fixing the statue in 1985. The heading is big and green. The Statue of Liberty now looks like a big green woman. It weighs as much as 115 cars. It is as tall as a 30-story building with the base. So it is a huge statue. And the caption says, the many colors of the copper on the statue. So you can see that over time the weather changed the statue's colors, which was made out of the metal copper, changed them, and it's kind of a greenish blue color. The statue started out the color of a new penny. Over the years, the air turned the copper green. Children waving hello to the new home in the United States. What the statue means. The Statue of Liberty is a work of art. It is also a sign of friendship. It has welcomed many people who have moved to the United States. July 4th, 1776, as it is written on the tablet in the ancient Roman system of numbers. So if I wasn't sure what the ancient Roman system of numbers was, I can't find it in the glossary. Is it explained in our words here? If not, I can always ask an adult, ask an expert what that means, but it's a whole nother numbering system. The Statue of Liberty also has special meaning. The torch is in its right hand, stands for freedom. The tablet in its left hand has July 4th, 1776 written on it. The United States became its own country on this date. So torch, freedom, and tablet are words we can find in the glossary. Let's go to the back and see torch is a noun, a stick with material at one end that can be burned to provide light. So a torch is a light, and tablet is a noun, a flat surface usually used for writing. And freedom was a noun, the state of being free or having the right and power to act and think as one wishes. Freedom, all found on page 13. Our caption here, one of the big boats that carries people to and from the Statue of Liberty. Visiting the statue. Many people from around the world visit the Statue of Liberty each year. Wouldn't that be fun to do? Visitors on their way to see the statue. A girl being lifted to see out the window in the statue's crown. So she's up in the very top of the statue looking out the window that's in the top in the statue's crown. They came to see the statue that stands for freedom. I hope you enjoyed our story today about another symbol of America. And I hope you remembered some of the strategies we use when you come to a word you don't know and you need to figure it out. Look at the word, see if you know some word chunks, see if the author put a definition either before or after the word. Look for prefixes and suffixes. Use your glossary, and if you still can't figure it out, always ask an adult for help.